tiembla la voz, te delatas. Y yo no te voy a enseñar. Eres amateur, se te olvida que yo inventé el juego. Me das risa con tu postureo, pero muero por verte intentar. Baby, bórrame esa story. Esto es super boring. Sorry, eres super, super boring. Soy superhero, nada que hacer contigo. Soy superhero, soy superhero. y yo no te voy a enseñar. Eres amateur, se te olvida que yo inventé el juego. Me das risa con tu postureo, pero muero por verte intentar. Baby, bórrame esa story, esto es super boring. Sorry, eres super, super boring. Soy superhero, nada que hacer contigo. Soy superhero, soy superhero.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, or how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Jason here at Signature Esports, and a pleasure to have you here live and in charge for, some Super Speedway action here at Talladega Super Speedway. First round of the playoffs here for the Chop Shop Racing Xfinity Series. Something I was aware of, but it's going to be a ton of fun to watch. So I do have the points up for the series and what's going on there. Andrew Payne with 9 wins on the season had a short points lead there at the end of the regular season. Stryker actually took home the regular season championship for the Xfinity Series with 679 season points with 3 wins as well, just completing some more races, doing more there to be able to do that. So that was kind of how it worked. Right now, Brad Dove on the outside looking in, Joe Nelson right there on the cutoff line when it comes to the new points. So here, let me do this. I'm going to actually save this to it. It should update for you. You should be able to see it right about there. And we'll just bring that out right here a little bit and make some things work. We'll go to the starting grid here in just a second, folks. So bear with me. Make sure we look at these points. There it is. So Andrew Payne, current points leader, beginning the playoffs with all those extra points, those extra wins, makes a big difference. Stryker's going to be second in points. So right now, if the playoffs were to end today, or this round were to end today, it'd be Mark Retkin leading that cutoff line as the points stand. Joe Nelson on the outside. So, but Super Speedway action is the best part of that. And it makes for some interesting things. Best of the Rest Championship between Nathan Biggert, Michael Caffrey, John Hammond, Brian Rayburn, Robert Church, Jeremiah Burke, Mark Odell, and Brandon Bledsoe. I'll have all that updated in next week's race and all the things that happened there because, well, I'd like to have that. That's what we were talking about just a moment ago. Here's your starting grid for the race today. Mike Strickland is going to be your pole sitter, John Hammond outside pole sitter, so some drivers may be working together early on. Retkin and Joe Nelson will make up row number 2. Isaac Balsamo will be there in row 3. Devin Asuna, Andrew will be to his outside. Andrew Payne, Jessica Hall will make up row number 4. Row 5 will be Nathan Biggert and Cam Dario. Brian Rayburn, Matt Magner, row 6. And down the rest of the starting grid, Chris Roberts, Hayden Malcolm will be out there. Row 7. Row 8 will be Brad Dove, Robert Church. 85 laps for the drivers as we get into the race info. 104 degrees on the track temperature. Very, very, very hot at Talladega Super Speedway down in Alabama, giving us huge speeds and huge race lines. So we'll see drivers in that excess 195 miles an hour plus some. Stage is going to be at 25, 50, and 85. 4 sets of tires, 100% fuel. 1 fast repair for the drivers today. 85 laps to be ran. 83 on the air temperature, 30% humidity, partly cloudy skies, and a 4 mile an hour wind. Working on the best of the best of the best. So that's kind of where we're at. What we're going to be looking at for the time being as these drivers get ready to go. Talladega Super Speedway, folks. What a great racetrack. 2.6 mile length track. They're going to run a bunch of laps. And not really a bunch of laps. 85 is pretty stable, pretty common. Around that 70 to 85 lap mark. They should be able to go all the way to lap 35 or 40 when it comes to fuel. If they lose the draft, they're gonna have to push a little harder. The drivers that are going to be looking at fuel more so than anybody are the drivers leading each line. Of course, Talladega is one of the racetracks that you can run 3 wide and do it pretty comfortably. You see drivers get a little bumpy. So drivers going to the tail end of the line here. We'll see how they do that. How that's going to be up here. There's Andrew Payne of the 93, of course, current points leader, giving us a good look at what the V8 Fresh the Ford Mustang looks like today. Tell you what, you can push quite frequently here, and Joe Nelson up here on the top line had some issues early. Came down and kind of touched one of the drivers and got himself some left side nose damage already. So that is the staging process. We'll see, though, a little bush inside the Levi Garrett machine from the 2 drivers here. VIP Tire and Service, giving you all the action for the Xfinity Series for the Chop Shop Racing Leagues. Chop Shop Racing is, or ChopShopIRacing.com is where you're going to be able to be a part of this league. They have a Discord, they have a Facebook page, they have a YouTube channel, they have a Twitch channel now as well. It's going to be interesting to see. All right, first poll of the playoffs goes to Strickland. And now we're getting ready to go. Laurel, thank you for the like. Brad, thank you for the like as well. Appreciate everybody to like, follow, subscribe, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. And right about now, there's a pit lane, pit road exit, and green flag racing. Joe, thank you for the like. Appreciate you. Settle in. A full send, 76 behind the 88. 93 is going to pull the 75 on the outside. As Mark Redkin to the back bumper of the 88 here. And that one fast repair is going to come in handy if something would happen early. But no doubt a lot of the drivers are going to want to save that fast repair for when they absolutely need it. 93 of Andrew Payne to the outside. Side by side for second here at Talladega Super Speedway. And these drivers are on lock. That outside lane can be the fastest race line for everybody. If they can get organized enough. This is all about a momentum, and this is a momentum track. 75 behind the 93. Big push coming on corner exit. John Hammond giving a big look. Oh, 76 gets up into the 93, 3 wide. 93 is going to back out of the corner. 76 gets a little dicey there behind Stryker. It's going to force Andrew Payne up to the top. And he's going to start falling backwards. They're going to give him a little room. He's going to be able to drop down. I think Desuna is fine. There's the 8 of Cam Dario back here. Run a little National Guard logo. A little ode to Junior. As Payne will drop down to the bottom side. Cam Dario back here right behind Devin Asuda, the 43. Going to work with that driver. Matt Magner has his teammate behind him. There's Magner on the bottom side looking for a good playoff berth. Matt Magner currently fourth in the playoff points with a win. And 6 playoff points to play with. Andrew Payne has a little bit to play with here as well. 43 extra points for the driver. So basically has himself a round to play with, I would say. He'd have to finish dead last in full fields to be able to be knocked out of this round. So those points, of course, will carry over into the next round. The only race that it does not carry over in is the final round. Of course, that's whoever the top four, whoever the top 4 drivers are can win that one. 88 closing back it on the inside. Looks like Balsamo there to give a big push. Balsamo had an unfortunate incident last night's Cup Series race, but he's going to be just fine today. But a nice and smooth there to the inside of the 01 of Nathan Bigger. Free in the tri-oval is probably the worst fear that any driver can have. Right now, there's a 25 of Brad Dove on the inside as well. A little right side damage for the 10. Not going to be all that detrimental. You can push and you can stay in the draft as long as that doesn't really affect the radiator. The radiator is a big thing you have to protect on this racetrack. And that has everything to do with that front nose where that splitter hangs down. You take any damage there, and that car's going to start to overheat. It's going to play dividends and play big factors. 75 try to run right there next to the 10. And the 10 gets a little squirrely on the back straightaway. Going to get into the corner. And we'll see what these drivers do. A lot of drivers finding their own pace. 75 to lead this time by. 6 laps in. Nice, calm, cool, collective. 75 is going to drop down in front of the 88. Charles giving us a like. Mazahir's going to give us a like as well. Thank you, folks. I appreciate you. The Super Speedway Xfinity Series action. 16 drivers on point today for the best of the rest and the Chop Shop Cup Series, Xfinity Series champion. VIP Tire and Service. Ooh, 10 runs down. He's going to be up into the race line. Isaac Balsamo going backwards here. The drivers try to avoid him. He dropped below the apron there, and there goes some drivers around him, so he's going to have to reassume the draft to get himself collected. As drivers go by him, there's the 76 of Mark Retkin. Going to be able to get back up to speed here. Nothing wrong with what he's doing. 183 miles an hour for the driver. Gonna do a little finesse work with the old SDK here, folks, so apologies. Bear with me. There it is. Tim goes around, 74 to the outside, 93, 27, 76. Suddenly back here, dogs are barking. John Hammond under fire from Nathan Biggert. Biggert leads that lap. Outside line just a little bit more. That's a little bit more ground. One of the best pushers in the game right behind Nathan Biggert. That's going to be the 98 of Chris Roberge. If I want anybody behind me at a super speedway, he's one of those drivers. He'll line up and he'll shove you in that foot. He's got a big push coming here on the outside. Emmons going to fight back here on the inside with the 98. 25 of Brad Dove to the outside, 3 wide, and lap 8. Devin Asuna in that second lane, stuck 3 wide. Brad Dove back here has the 10 of Isaac Balsamo with it. Balsamo, heavy move, almost dangerous there, moves down into the second lane. It's Brad Dove in tow. Hammond leads on the inside. Biggert on the outside. I'm saying Bogart. That's our good friend Nathan. So it's interesting that we got 2 drivers who 25 back to the outside. We have two drivers that I've been familiar with. Nathan Biggert and a good friend of mine. His name's Nathan Bogart. Interesting to see. 25 trying to go to the lead on the outside. 10 of Isaac Balsamo trying to go there as well. Brad Dove creates some space. Devin Asuna backs out of it. Doesn't want to see a 3 wide situation right now. That doesn't need to be. 88-75 better collected on the inside. Biggert with a big shot from the 98 coming here on the front stretch into the tri-oval straightaway. Good run of speed between the 2 drivers. Gets a little bump. The Biggert to second on the outside. Lap 10 being completed. Green flag pit stops around lap 30 to 35, I would say. They can make it to lap 40. It would be good, but it's still a 10 pit stop race. And you see that run of speed that Roberge is giving the 01. And I tell you what, the 01 doing a great job of not leaving the 98. 25 to the outside. Ooh, got to make that happen a little too early. It's one of those things that I understand trying to go to the outside to make a pass for 6th or 7th, but to try to get to the front here and go to the lead with the draft package where it's at, that's a little bit of a dangerous move. He needs to, what I would say is that the 25 needs to settle, similar to what Cam Dario is doing right here. You see Cam in the 8 right there tucked up, keeping the 88 right there on the back bumper of the 75, keeping a little bit away. You see a foot or 2 separating. That allows the 88 to carry all that horsepower and move the 75 forward. And right now the 25 up on the high side trying to do just that. Big super speedway action, big runs, big quarter entry, big speed. John Hammond has led many of the last laps. Biggert gets little runs on the outside with the 98. Might be able to lead this lap. We'll see as they get to the line. He does. Biggert's going to lead by nose. And that is as close to leading as you can get. Back to the inside. Roberts runs the outside lane. 25, trying to get a run off the corner X. It's going to have DeSuna behind him. It's all about repetition and where you can find your runs, where you can find your pace. Good speed. Go Chris Roberts. Says, Ange, I think good to see you. Jerry is out racing with Scarlett, so he's bummed he can't race. That's all right. Scarlett's going to get a win. I see it. Let's go, Mr. Strickland. Says the My 3 Sons. You finished the My3-Sons.com Cup Series last night. That was a ton of fun to watch. Cam to the inside. 88 trying to go to the outside. 01 there as well. Good run for the 01 where Bears drops in line. Now third in line on the inside lane. Good place for him to be. Can push, can shove. Can give everybody a good look at what's happening there. There's the 88 to the outside. 01 trying to close into the distance. Cam just a little bit better on the inside. Keeping Hammond exactly where he needs him. Bears is going to be able to pull that 01 of Nathan Biggert. Not as good on the outside at pushing. And you see all that momentum that is lost here. And right now, Brad Dove on the inside. You see Stryker and Biggert just falling backwards. And that race line starting to fall away. 14 of 85 being completed. A very calm, cool, collected Talladega Super Speedway for the time being. And now the outside lane still trying to work its way up. So don't keep these guys out of your head right back here, because at any given point, you can see Magner or Payne get themselves into contention here. And if Andrew Payne can help his teammate get a win here, that'll put both of those drivers in a segment that will allow them to continue to move on. Because anything can happen at a super speedway. I know they do have one fast repair, but if these two can work together, get a 1-2 finish, it'll be their day to rule when it comes to the playoffs. John Hammond, he gets a win. He's going to have the best of the rest locked in for this round and have a chance to put himself in a better situation. Needing to make the playoffs, or wanting to make the playoffs, and was just having work schedule conflicts and things of that sort. So John back in here to help things work. Cam Dario there in at second spot as well. I'd love to see a super speedway win. A lot of these drivers are capable of winning. Every one of them has a shot because, well, that's just how it works. It's how super speedway stuff works here for the most part. Hammond leading. 16 of 85. We're 9 laps away. Or 10 laps away. Completion of lap 25 will be it. So they're going to come around and complete lap 16. So count the laps as they are, as individual numbers. And you can feel it building. You can feel some things starting to line up. And this is great practice for Nathan Biggert here. Early in the race to be able to run right there in that toe. I think that if Nathan can work on getting his line a little bit more, I say right there to the back bumper. If he can get that, there you go, that corner exit right there to the back bumper and try not to move around as much, keep that as steady as he can, you're going to find that Stryker's going to have an advantage on straightaways. 01 breaks the draft there. He's going to pull the 88 back to him. Breaking the draft keeps the car cool, but it will slow the car down because it's not a straight line. It'll slow that car down, slow the car down, your car down, and it'll slow the car down in front of you. So it's easier said than done. That's for darn sure. Cam pushing the 75 so hard it moves him up the race line a little bit there. They're doing a great job. 17 of 85, giving us a great race so far. 30 minutes into the stream, so 20 minutes of racing, and it's been pretty darn fantastic. Andrew Payne back here finally picking back up the toe. There's Joseph Grijalva in that Ford. Give himself a little Stuart Haas look there. Do you like it? Brian Rayburn back here as well. Mark Redkin in tow. Robert Church, I believe, is off the race pace here. He is just trying to hold on to what he has. They're not going to stop for the stages. So Robert Church, no doubt, looking for some extra speed. Hammond with big shoves. As you look at the speeds on the back straightaway. Seen 190, I think 10, 43. A little bit free for both of those drivers back here at the Suna. Look at that drop in speed. If something breaks or something gets chewed up there, and now he's going to have to get back to work. It goes Joseph Grijalva to the inside, 43 a little free on the outside. And Travel gets free on the bottom, on the top. It's progressive banking, so everything is just a little bit more impactful. The battle boxes kind of just change time and time again. Both the drivers off 5 for the 10 of the 43. Good run for him. Folks, if you like what you're doing, like what you're seeing, make sure you get out there, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. Give us a like, follow, subscribe on all the platforms. I need to make sure that I tag iRacing in my Facebook page, so give me just a moment. I'll get that taken care of. Our website is under maintenance right now as well. For those who I see. Facebook is saying that I need to change my resolution. That could be a 1440. Okay, those are things that I need to keep up on. So I do apologize about if there's any stream quality issues on Facebook at 1440. Then I will have to make that change a little bit later on. So thank you so much. On Facebook says I can only do 1080. That's crazy. YouTube allows me to do 1440. Which is allowing me to do as well. Well, you know what? It's okay. We'll deal with it today. We may have to figure that out for Facebook's standards. That goes to the outside, lap 21. Oh, 188. Dove had momentum on the back straightaway to go to the outside, and might have the momentum again here to do it on the straightaway in the tri-oval. But I don't think that's it's a bold move for stage points. I don't think it's going to be the right move. Joe Nelson back here in the 44. We're going to say look at that. Excuse me. The Correction Officers Appreciation Week. It says May 7th through the 13th. I think that's what I'm looking. And May 7th through the 13th. So he's running a personalized Xfinity paint scheme there. You see it on top of the hood there. For the Pennsylvania Department of Corrections. Good to know. I didn't know that. No Correction Officer Appreciation Week was that week. So now, hey, I know something now, right? Drivers working at it here. Hammond, Mario, Mark Redkin was the fastest lap of the race, 50.60. We haven't seen any 49-second laps. I don't think drivers are trying to push that right now. It's not impossible, though. These cars are capable of it. Ryan Rayburn ran his fastest lap of the race as well, 50.66, 76 of Redkin behind. Andrew Payne, Matt Magner taking it easy back here. Behind Grijalva. He's kind of riding right now. Want to be there at the end. That's the big factor. And the thing about super speedways is that drivers, individual drivers can win it, but teams often win it more so. You've watched NASCAR over the course, especially of the last 5 or 6 years. They talk about the Penske Fords and how the Fords are always working together. We saw at Daytona this year where the Chevys were working together quite better now. I think everybody is starting to learn the lesson that it's not just about manufacturers working together, but if you can have a like-minded cause and they say, hey, we're coming to pit road on this lap, that's a big momentum changer. It allows for drivers to communicate and allows for a better race. 98 to the outside as the white flag lap for stage 1 is being completed. And now the 88 with a big shove to the outside. The 25 goes. Right now, John Hammond, Chris Roberge. Big run for Roberge here to the outside. 98, 88, big shove for the 88, 75 on the inside, 8 to the outside. Chance for Chris Roberge to steal a stage here as a run into the corner. You see the 98 run up high here. 88's going to be there as well. Straightaway speed might go to Chris Roberge. Brad Dove to the outside is going to be the case. Run on the inside, Roberge takes stage 1, drops to the bottom, takes over the lead on lap 25, 26 being completed. Chris Roberge with your stage 1 win. Gordy, British Columbia driver, giving himself a good little stint here. Great action, great drive off. A great race pace. Now John Hammond there to push the 98 of Roberge. Nice job, Chris. We'll let the drivers have at it for a moment. I will be right back, taking a hydrate break for stage 1, right here on Signature Esports. 32 green flag laps complete, beginning lap 33. And it's been a good one. I've been sitting here watching these drivers go back and forth, have a jousting match with Talladega here, and nothing wrong with how everything's progressing. So, good-looking race line, good-looking race cars. And now Nathan Biggert still on the outside. Stryker's still kind of stuck in that outside spot. There's Robert's behind the 75. Cam Dario there as well. You see the drivers working diligently to get themselves forward. Balsamo here with the 10. Be looking at pretty much everything he has. And I tell you what, there's not much you can do when it comes to whether or not green flag pit stops are going to work for you or not. There's Robert Church in the 5. First driver a lap down. Brad Dove coming around. He's going to be a lap down as well. Pit road on lap 29, changing his drive line here. According to the race information that they sent over to me, the fuel is right about 35 to 40 laps for fuel. But we've seen time and time again where fuel can be, the fuel strategy can be all about consumption and all about who's out front. And right now, Stryker and Hammond have both been out front for the majority of the race. 75 backing up the corner, allowed the 88 to get down. 01 on the outside. Here goes Brian Rayburn on the outside, 3 wide back there in 5th. Balsamo right there as well. Rayburn going to take over the high side. Going to have the 10 of the 43 with him. The Stryker leads on the bottom. Some drivers may be putting their virtual hand out the window here. The signal coming to pit road, especially if you're one of the drivers out there either pushing hard or being pushed hard. 8 and 74 to the high side. This is where we often see super speedway drivers start to figure out where and when they're coming to pit road and when they're committing to pit road. This driver's starting to get single file, and on top of just trying to become single file, they're starting to figure out where their race pace is going to be. 88 leads here, 36 of 85. Again, stage is going to end at lap 50. As Robert snuck one out on the drivers there late on that run. Did a great job of being clean with it. Nobody really forced any big issue, which is kind of shocking. Normally we see stages a little heavier. Nothing wrong with that. Rayburn, Strickland, Dario. Rayburn on the outside. Big push from Cam Dario as the 2x2 run. 01 in front of those drivers. Brian Rayburn leads on the outside to the 8. 36 complete. This time by. Rayburn with a chance to lead a lap here. Cam Dario gets to the back bumper. See the straightaway speed. A little better for the inside lane. 76 of Mark Redkin's going to be up there as well. Top 5 kind of jostling around. Front 3 rows doing very well here. 37 of 85 being completed. Onboard overhead cam for John Hammond here. You hear the throttle third back of the line here. Matt Magner off pace right now. Magner is right there with his teammate. See Magner way back here. Joe Nelson here. Going to be one of the drivers that was up there inside the top 5 and now being tracked down by the leaders. When you lose the draft, it's very easy to have issues. Brian Rayburn on the outside, trying to pull the draft of the driver ahead of him. Better watch it though. Cam Dario will take it 3 wide here. And we'll have a run on it if Brian Rayburn isn't careful. There he goes, down to the bottom side. Brad Dove on another lap down. It'll be 2 laps down here. Joe Nelson, 19 seconds off the pace. Matt Magner, 29 seconds off the pace. Andrew Payne back here behind Grijalva. You know that Magner would love to have seen, would love to be a part of that pack right now. Aiden Malcolm, the 83, rolling the inside to the inside of the 25. 2 drivers off the lead lap, but we do have 2 drivers vastly approaching that same situation as drivers commit to pit road. A real big incident. Cam Dario is going to be a race leader here. Pit road is busy. Stryker leading him down. Look at everybody here getting down to pit road. Stryker was your pole sitter, so he's going to be able to get into pit lane. He's going to have here's where the drivers are around the back straightaway. Cam Dario, the race leader. Mark Retkin there as well. Brad Dove on the outside. Matt Magner right here will have to work on where he's going to have to commit. He's going to very easily go a lap down here when it comes to the pit cycle, but he's going to need to get on the pit road. As you see more drivers commit, Mark Retkin's going to stay out here. Cam Dario, first of the takers, locks up the tires. The big portion of this one, there's Devin Asunda. He gets into the wall here, or he locks up here. We'll see here. He's right there. He's going to commit with Cam Dario. Has to lock. Yeah, he just locks up the tires. Woo! Robert Church locking them up as well. Hard to see that right there. So slow stop getting on pit road here for those drivers. Brad Dove committed, or Robert Church committing to pit road. Ooh, no touchy. Andrew Payne coming around. Asuna leaving pit road. Andrew Payne out front. Now has the 25 and Brad Dove behind him. Dove came out on 29. He's going to be 2 laps down here. Robert Church looking at the race line as well. So Dove takes over 15th. Joe Nelson will be a lap down. Devin Asunda's going to be a lap down. Hayden Malcolm's going to be a lap down as well. Mark Retkin in on pit road. Andrew Payne, one driver, try to pull away from everybody. He is the only driver out there that hasn't pitted. He is trying to go the full 42 laps that it would commit. He's trying to save fuel to make this a 1 pit stop race. And right now, Mark Retkin and company coming off pit road. John Hammond going around the 8 of Cam Dario here is the 01 in tow. The 43-second lead right now for Andrew Payne. He's got a lot of help from the 25 of Brad Dove. That's kind of crazy to think that would even be a thought here to try to make it a 1 pit stop race. He has been saving fuel the entire time. He's been running in the back. 3/4 throttle. And when he comes to pit road, which he does now, well, he's going to wiggle the tires down. He was close. He committed, though. He actually, I take that back. Pit road speed limit 60 miles an hour. He's flirting with that line. Now drivers up to speed. Brad Dove, Hayden Malcolm. chance to work together here. Paid the C-Class driver. They're running decently. Andrew Payne leaving pit road here. John Hammond on the front straightaway, catching him very, very quickly. And somehow, some way, Andrew Payne saves enough fuel here to be able to run with the pack. He's gonna. I don't understand this. This does not make sense. $43 laps of fuel, so if Andrew Payne saves a lap or so here, he'll be able to make it on fuel, and everybody else will have to pit. Robert's there, runs tight, 93. Trying to slide in front of the 98, trying to slide in front of the 93 there. As Robert drops in line. So now the 93 doesn't really have to do much. Barring a caution, well, that would that'd change a whole lot. So Doug and Robert Church, a lap down now. Aiden Malcolm here, 13 seconds off the pace, has the 25 with him. Opportunity knocking for a lot of the drivers. There's Mark Redkin on the outside. Cam Dario to the outside as well. Interesting take, an interesting race line for Andrew Payne to take here. Not only does he, the math doesn't make sense. The lap time, the race pace. I mean, he did have somebody there to help keep him up to speed. But, I mean, a pack race line to a two-car race line is a lot faster. And right now, Andrew Payne just fortunate enough to get. I don't understand. But hey, it's my job to figure it out. And right now, if any of these drivers want to make it on fuel, they're going to have to save. They want to make this a one pit stop race. They're going to have to save. And they're going to have to save a lot. And the fact that Andrew Payne's just sitting back here, I mean, they got to know if they're even remotely listening out there. So there's got to be some communication going on saying, hey, Andrew Payne came in on 43. He can make it on fuel if he saves. How do you not let this guy save? How do you win this race? That's the way to look at it. That's the way I look at it. But hey, no big deal. Matt Magner a lap down. Gonna be able to soak up the draft here. There's his teammate. Unfortunate race for Matt Magner here. Being a lap down, he's got a great team, and he just seems to have some bad luck sometimes. He's a great driver too. Nothing wrong with that driver right there. 76.801 outside lane. John Hammond full throttle around. I'm going to listen to the throttle of these drivers. Mark Redkin full throttle, John Hammond full throttle. Nathan Biggert, you're hearing feather a little bit. Cam, feather a little bit. Still mostly full throttle at the second spot. Big push coming. Roberts, full throttle, Grijalva, full throttle. Rayburn in the quarter. Andrew Payne's car, he's lifting, he's doing what he can. Joe Nelson goes a lap down. Here, all the saving that Andrew Payne can do back here. $30 laps to go. I mean, there's a chance for a caution here because we ran 50 laps green. And realistically, the fact that we have not seen a caution kind of throws me for a loop. Ryan Rayburn back here on the race line. Devin Asuna came in on 40. He's lone wolfing it out here as well, about to go a lap down. Aiden Malcolm back here trying to push Brad Dove, giving himself a little bit of extra movement, trying to get to the back of that car. Moving 43, moving around quite a bit here. And trying to push to the outside with the 76. 99 to go home again. Push. They're going to scatter here. 76 having to commit to the bottom line now because Cam Dario kind of bumped him a little bit, bumped him into the corner, and now Cam runs the third lane. Grijalva's going to be there as well. Mark Retkin, the new race leader. You see John Hammond pull up right behind him. Yasuna now a lap down. Retkin was preferring that second lane. Cam gave him a little extra bump there. Got to freed him up a little bit, and the 76 had to drop down. He didn't have a choice. Could have lost all that momentum. No chance for John Hammond to save here. 52 of 85. Joe Nelson would be your lucky dog. He's sitting there, third car behind the leaders. Matt Magner would need that lucky dog position. He'll be back on the lead lap. 99 free into the 01. Nathan Biggert off the race line. Has to reassume here. Unfortunate for Biggert. He was having a great race. Grijalva free there. Now he's going to lose a ton of speed. So is Cam Dario. So caution averted. Grijalva just got a little free there. I'm not quite sure how it happened. Here's a look. We're going to see Grijalva here. I don't want to look here. I think he, I don't know if he, I don't know. I'm going to look at, a little free, little neck code free that just bumps him. He's in and out of the throttle. If you get in and out of the throttle like that, that can be an issue. So it happens though. He's back up and running though. A little left side, a little left rear, nothing wrong with the car. Look at Nathan Biggert's car actually. I wanted to look here. And he's lost the draft here. He has lost all that momentum. Right front damage. And that was courtesy of the 99. He's got some right front damage right there. And that is more so right front as far as right side damage would be fine, but you see the clip on the right front jostled out a little bit. That can make some issues. Not intentional, just something that just happens. Oi. 30 to go this next time by. Cam Dario to the outside. Mark Redkin out front. Hammond, Strickland, Roberts, Balsamo. Cam Dario still trying to make ground on the outside by himself. Nelson would have been your lucky dog, but Magner's there on the inside. And I tell you what, Nelson just has to has to roll a little bit here. Nathan Biggert, 5.8 and falling. 6 seconds now. He has got a ton of time to make up. Man. Biggert had a chance to win here too, and he's part of the championship here. Fortunate circumstances, they do happen. I'm sorry, Nathan Biggert was part of the best of the rest. That was what was going on. Grijalva part of the championship as well. So each driver competing for their own purpose and their own reasons, and fortunate. Grijalva runs that line tight again. Cam's running tight because he's trying to pull the air off the 76 and the 75. You got to know the car below you is getting disheveled as well. Grijalva free, trying to chase the car. You see the tail wiggle there. I know that he's trying to push. He can get straight with it, but you watch his car's chasing the 8. You see the tail wiggle there. That could be a recipe for disaster. If he's not careful, he can free himself up. And also, if he's doing that, chasing the car in front of him, he could free the car in front of him up. Long way to go. The 75 breaking the draft between he and the 76, and that's going to allow the room for the 8 and the 99 to make up some ground here. Mark Retkin going to be left high and dry as John Hammond goes to the front. Grijalva to the bottom. Cam Dario leading on the outside, did not take the inside lane, and Hammond to the outside. Nelson goes with him. Hammond, 3 wide pass on the outside. Cam did not have the room and didn't have the help. The 99 left him. And now, back for position, there goes Mark Retkin. John Hammond, Mark Retkin. Retkin leads on the outside. Cam Dario there as well. Race line starting to heat up between all these drivers, and that's saying a little. Grijalva to the bottom of the apron. Now Mark Retkin back to work. 75 there as well. Cam Dario trying to pull the draft. 98 there with the 8. Retkin up the race line to block. Go Bears. Inside line. Hammond 3 wide, and they are going a little too early here. John Hammond back to the front. Grijalva's going to be there. 76 of Mark Retkin out to dry. And he is going to start falling here as well. The 99, you can just see the tail end of it. I don't know what his steering ratio is at, but man, he is not as solid in the car as everybody else around him in dirty air. That car just looks free. It looks like he's moving around. And here's my comparison, folks, and I'm not trying to pick on Joe, because I love Joe. He's amazing. Look at Strickland's car. Look at the drive into the corner. Finessing the wheel. And then I know this is a driver trying to push, but when he gets into the corners, you see his wheel, how he's having to jerk the wheel. See, he's free. That's what I'm talking about right there. We'll look in the corner here for Strickland. Fights the car up a little, but he's not moving. You know what I mean? Hayden Malcolm on the bottom. Caution comes out. 25 laps to go. Drivers backing it down here, trying to save fuel immediately. Here's what happened. Brad Dove to the bottom side, turns Hayden Malcolm. And Hayden just trying to get himself rolling. And the car is just sliding around. And that right there. Man. First caution of the race. John Hammond, your race leader. I'm just trying to, maybe, I don't know, I was just trying to deduce why he was so free. I know it's similar to what we saw with like Hayden. Hayden was very free. And there's a lot of drivers out there that, you got to remember that on the iRacing, you got to change that steering ratio to tighten up the car to make it float in the corner a little smoothly. And, it's one of those racetracks where you want as little movement out of the car as you can get. Well, Andrew Payne's one pit stop race out of the way. Now everybody's going to battle. Who is your lucky dog here? That's the question. I think it would have been Joe Nelson. I think Nelson had the spot. It's going to be your lucky dog. Matt Magner came on 41, so he could technically save. Take the free pass. Not worry about coming to pit road. If he could save enough fuel, he'd be fine. Brad Dove, given on 29, he's going to need to come to pit road. He's very close to his pit window anyway. Nelson, your lucky dog. Suna came in on 40. Again, chance to save here. 3 laps under caution. Shut that car off. Clutch it in. Do what you got to do. Andrew Payne trying to jump some spots here, taking right sides only. John Hammond, we got to race off pit road. Again, drivers have a fast repair here. Joe Nelson will be able to come around, take the lap, come down to pit road. Be back on the lead lap here. I think pit road should be open for him. Should be. Only 3 pace laps for the drivers. Man. Yeah, 4th gear. Save as much fuel as you can. Turn the car off if you have to. A lot of the cars idling here. Brad Dove will still need to come to pit road. He came in on 29. Hayden Malcolm will still be a lap down here. But he did go ahead and get himself a fast repair, so he and Robert Church will be competing for a lucky dog. Church here, giving him 39 as well. He might be looking for a free pass here, put him in that predicament. He came on 39 again. Save. John Hammond, your race leader. Andrew Payne will start on the outside. Stryker's going to be there in 3rd. Cam Dario, outside line. Matt Magner looking to be back on the lead lap. Will have to fall in the draft for a little bit. If anybody was saving, now's the time that doesn't happen. And now it's all ready to heat up. Get it. Free pass cars released. Lights are off of the pace car. We're going to go green flag racing once again. Get everybody out there tuning in tonight. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. I am checking on a couple of things on the Facebook stream. Want to make sure that we are muted again. All right, pace car's in. Time for a full send. Biggest python in all of iRacing right there for you, folks. There he is. It'll be 21 laps to go. Drivers in the tri-oval start restart zone coming up. He's going to dig it. Bam! Green flag waves. And it's all about to heat up. Brad is on pit road. I think he ran out of fuel. He's getting close to it. I'm not quite sure. He decided to come to pit road now. Track Racer redefining. TrackRacer.com. Description to help support the league. At Boxx.com as well, giving you all of the high-speed action today. 67 locations across the Northeast is VIP Tire and Service. Give ourselves one of the best race lines that you've ever seen. Across the Chop Shop Racing League. Hammond, Payne, Dario on the outside. Cam Dario with Mark Redkin to the outside. We are green flag racing once again. Cam not afraid to shove here in this situation. Knows that Andrew Payne can handle it. He just let the race line a little bit tight in the corner. Drops into the bottom of the race line. Has to back out of the corner a little bit here. It's going to be smooth on the back bumper. Cam shoving the ever-living daylights out of the back of the 93. And that is where the camera is planted. Ooh, 93 clears. Cam Dario left up. So Mark Redkin ready to go. Hammond's a striker. Payne has a 75 all over him. Oh no, John Hammond. A little dicey there as well. So Andrew Payne out front, 20 laps to go. Leave a couple of laps here. Cam Dario on the outside is Mark Redkin right behind. Cam helping drivers to the front. Has been helping drivers to the front all race long. Just cannot get himself a group to run with him. Probably the more stable car out there. Has been one of the best pushers. Been one of the best drivers to give himself the edge and the advantage. Matt Magner back here, back on the lead lap. Going to have to just run and save for the time being. Keep himself out of any mess that may happen. Keep the car clean. Fuel may be an issue. Maybe not. '93, 75, 8. 76 drifts up the race line here. It's not helping the 8 at all. You got to watch what that driver's doing in front of you. If Cam is running down near the cars, you see the 93 got pushed out. Oh, they're wrecking. Grijalva down on the bottom side. Caution happens. An unfortunate circumstances for Grijalva. Isaac Balsamo involved as well. Man. Second caution chance for some drivers to come in and get some things taken care of. And caution comes out. This is what I talk about, leaving the middle lane open. Redkin goes high. Balsamo follows the driver in front of him. Actually, Grijalva puts it 3 wide here and just eases up in front of the 10. And a bad situation there. That is, it's not that time yet. Now Balsamo had an issue after the fact. I want to see who gets into him. Oh, Robert Church gets into him. So here's Robert Church back here. I mean, if it fits, it ships, but you got to know who you're racing around. And then, oh, Robert Church, nowhere to go. Actually, let's back that up. I'm going to back it up and go to the... I promise I'm not trying to pick on Joe. I get trying to go 3 wide, but, you know, you got to know the 10's there following the draft of the cars in front of him. And that's what he was doing. Here's what happened in front of him. There's Robert Church on board here. Just couldn't blow it up enough. I want to go on board here. I'm going to stop this right here real quick. Balsamo getting collected in that one. Here's the onboard cam of Isaac Balsamo following the 01. He's just in his line, and all of a sudden, he's got the 99 at his door. I have to roll this back a little bit. So look at Balsamo. Balsamo is following Biggert. He's following the line of the drivers in front. A little tight here, but he knows he's in the second lane. And all of a sudden, from our point of view, we can see what happens with the 99 just trying to put it in there. And it looks like he's got a lot more room. But from this point of view, you know, that's not the case. Here's a look on the back straightaway of what Grijalva sees. Runs tight in the corner. I mean, I wouldn't have. I would not have. That's too much. I mean, that's a hornet's nest. That's asking for a caution. But that's me. Joe's got a lot more cojones than I do in that situation. Cam Dario's going to be your race leader here. Came in, took right sides on fuel. Been great all race long. Donnie, Joe, thank you for the like. Appreciate you, man. Donnie, what'd you say, Donnie? No, not Uncle Joe. From the outside looking in, it's like, all right, I can see why he put it there. You know, it looked like there was enough room, but if you look at where Isaac was at right there, Isaac was following and holding his line, doing exactly what he needed to do, and that was too tight of a 3 wide to be pushing, I mean, that early. I mean, I know that we're getting down to the tail end of the race. That right there was not the best move, and Joe, you know, he's trying to go for positions, and I would just try to organize a line on the outside. He's a good pusher. If he can keep the car from freeing up on him, you know, that's the other story here. Andrew Payne back to 10th. Got his teammate with him. I talked about this earlier. If Matt Magner and Andrew Payne can work together, they'll be able to make some things happen. All will be in 9th. So drivers getting their fast repairs. There's Isaac Balsamo. He had that one in the bag. He's going to be able to be just fine. Robert Church, a lap down, was 2 laps down. Going to be your lucky dog here. Aiden Malcolm back here, back on the lead lap as well. And anybody can win. 15 laps to go. Crank it back up here. Here's the grand scheme of things, folks. You can be my best friend in the world if you do something wrong on a racetrack. Just likewise, if I do something wrong on a racetrack, I'll call myself out faster than anybody else. So I think that was a bold move. Yes, was it the right move? Not at that time. It would have been very, very fortunate for him if it stuck, but the 10 was holding his line. I mean, like, that's a situation there where I think that was an unneeded caution. Second caution of the race, though. And the first caution did not come out until, what was that? Second caution came out on 68. Caution prior to that came out on 61? 60, 61? Yeah. So, 2 cautions in the last 10 laps. However, with 15 laps to go, and there's a chance we might see another. Green flag again. The Xfinity Series cranking it up. It is the playoffs. Might as well. Talladega Super Speedway. Magner Payne on the inside line. Roberts to the outside. I don't want to be leading right now. I want to be leading out of the tri-oval on the final lap. Best spot in the race right now is where Grijalva is in 4th. Right there on the inside. You see that momentum as he'll want to bigger back up inside the top 5 as well. Nathan, unfortunate circumstances earlier. Oh, Hammond into Magner. Into Payne. Caution again. Man. Couldn't get that next lap. Matt Magner back on the lead lap here. And I think this was just tight running. This looked like a racing incident. From here, I'm going to far chase this one real quick here, folks. 27 to the bottom line. 98 runs down. Oh, just, yeah, that was tough. It was unfortunate. Magner's going to get a black flag there. Oh, and the 83 of Hayden Malcolm. There's a lot that happened there. Hopefully, Magner had to jump to pits. That's unfortunate. All right, Hayden Malcolm here. Oof. Aiden's a pinball machine. Oh, Cam Dario, your race leader. 3rd caution. Drivers going to have to come down to pit road here. Some drivers taking their fast repairs. The Grijalva in and out. Up there. Roberts is going to be in 5th here. Up to 4th. Joe's having some blinking issues going on here. Quite sure what's going on there. Devin DeSuna. Inside the top 10, Hammond takes the fast repair. Andrew Payne takes his fast repair. Isaac Balsamo, poor guy. Man. He had just taken his fast repair because of the incident prior. And he's had a great race all race long. He's been working it. Learning his craft here for the Xfinity Series. Robert Church back on the lead lap. Good time to be that driver. Matt Magner is going to be out of the race. Brad Dove coming around. Poor Matt. Cam Dario, your race leader. There'll be lights off this next time by. Folks, if you haven't done so, go to VIPauto.com. Again, VIP Tire and Service 67 locations across the Northeast. I encourage you to go check out the West Lebanon store. Great guys, great folks. An absolute fantastic opportunity for you to go check out all that they have. And get your preventive maintenance done. Summertime, take those winter tires off. About to be summertime.
Hello, I'm Jeremy, Service Manager of VIP in West Lebanon, New Hampshire. When a customer comes into VIP, it's an experience starting with walking the customers out to the car, getting all the information, getting feedback from the customer, kind of feeling the customer out on how their driving conditions are, how it may affect their car, or maintenance interval schedules that may be coming up, alerting any safety concerns, just creating that transparency with the customer. To VIP, a certified automotive professional means somebody VIP can rely on to get the job done right the first time, creating a comeback or a lifetime of customers in the future. My favorite part of the job, really seeing a customer genuinely smile when the service that they get done is completed the right way at a fair price. You just earned an automotive customer for life.
Caution number 3. Lights are off on the pace car, though, and we will go back at it here. Just insanity as the drivers trying to collect their thoughts after that one. I know there's only 10 laps to the race when we go back to green flag racing, but you need to have 8 laps of patience right now. 9 laps of patience if you're really trying to make it to the end. 12 cars in the field. Balsamo leaving pit road right now. Hayden Malcolm in on pits. Driver's still trying to get some things worked on. As the fast repair comes in handy for the drivers. Dario, Redkin, Biggert, Rohalva, Robert, Strickland. And oh man, on board with Stryker here for the restart. Love the segments, folks. Love what you guys do. Thank you to everybody for being out there. Like, follow, subscribe for more. Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We only have 2 broadcasts for the next couple of weeks. Actually, we're getting ready to have our Tuesday Night Truck Series back in action. I believe the Winston Series is going to start at the end of the month as well. If it's not the Winston Series, I think it's the NASCAR Throwback Series. I think that's what they're calling the Gen 6 Series now. So, we'll see. Yeah, thank you very much. Green flag. Redkin on the outside in front of Grijalva here. The 01 and Nathan Biggert still with that right side damage. You can see it on the left side, out the front side of the left windshield here. The 01 all over the tail of Cam Dario. Redkin right there in tow. Drivers trying to clinch their way into the next round. Mark Redkin on the high side. Big shove from Grijalva. John Hammond at 11th back there trying to work. Gonna have Andrew Payne in front of him, but here's a look at what the speed can be for Mark Redkin. If Grijalva can hold on to it, his car looks a little bit more. Look at that run. Huge run. That's to back the corner out. A little free for Strickland here. That's what happens when you get out of the throttle. Have to get back into it quickly. Go to the overhead here. Nelson Dove. Dove 2 laps down here. Get Malcolm in on pit road. Robert Church in 12th. Osama 8.5 back. Stryker looking to the outside. 3 wide. Grijalva. Rocking a hard spot. Ryan Rayburn, the pusher. John Hammond right there with him. Ryan Rayburn got a little tappity tap on the 88's bumper there. Look on the straightaway. High line. Not able to break up. Drivers trying to go places. Ryan Rayburn. Roberge slides up the race line. Goes to the third lane. Nobody with him. Gonna have to drop back in the corner. Roberge, ooh, almost into Grijalva there. Roberge holds line. Roberge to the outside. Stryker on the shove to the 98. 74 there on the inside. 74, 4 wide. Back out of that, back out of that, back out of that. Man. Oh, man. Grijalva blinked in front of the drivers. Oh, wall scrape, little touch and go. Ryan Rayburn took it 4 wide there, and it didn't pan out for him. Retkin leads in the middle. Cam Dario there in the inside, trying to control the inside lane, trying to pull the air off the 76. And Grijalva, no place to go for the time being. If Red can control the second lane and keep the drivers right there and have a run off a straightaway here, might be able to control the race line. And right now they're getting dicey. Dicier than they've been all race long. They've got to go. Andrew Payne right behind. Grijalva right there. Retkin on the inside. Grijalva down to run against the drivers as Candario goes to the outside. Holy cow. So much movement going on. But an insane finish. Retkin on the inside has been able to lead the inside lane, or the outside lane, and that second lane now has the inside lane as the 01 with him. 75, 88, 74 on the outside lane. Andrew Payne in the middle. 99 of Grijalva free. Drops down to the 76. Leaves the 8 again. Wide, 3 by 3 by 3. 75 runs the race line. 93 to push the 8. 75 tries to run the race line down. 93 up to the 75 just a little bit here. Trying to pull the draft to 75. Robert's there in the middle as well. Cam Dario controlling the middle lane. That's exactly where Cam was running earlier, and he was doing a great job at doing it. 75 to run the line down to the 93. 75 trying to get to the outside of the 8. 99 leads to the inside, 76 there. Grijalva out front, but for how long? 5, make it 4 laps to go this time by. Hold on to the buckle. Boy, Cam, John Hammond close. Hammond on the outside. Candario a little free. Getting shoved under the 93. They are nose to bumper, bumper to nose. They call it elbows. And, well, you know, the 93 drops down in front of the 99. 98 there. 8 still trying to hold on to that middle lane. Grijalva trying to shove Andrew Payne around. Middle lane. They're running tight. Grijalva, oh, worst place. No! Come on! They unloaded the cork on the champagne bottle. Green, white, checkered coming up. I'm trying to deduce what happened here. I'm going to go along with Chris Roberge because Roberge was the one that went up into the catch fence. Here's a far chase. I mean, they're just running tight. This was bound to happen. 8 right there. 98 big. Push to the 8. Doing a great job. Oh. Just. Oof. Oof. John Hammond's day over. I believe. I don't think he had a fast repair. Andrew Payne made it through. Grijalva's point of view here. I mean, they're just running close. That's realistically what happened here. They're getting into the tri-oval. 75 runs down. 98's just really stuck. And it's just bumps. Net code for the 75. And then just everything that could go wrong went wrong. Grass for the 99 here. I think he was able to save this. Pretty sure. Yeah, able to keep it rolling forward. Fast repair for Roberge. Stryker takes his fast repair. Nathan Biggert coming out. Stryker, or John Hammond, having to get the car fixed. Balsamo back on pit road. Devin Asuna's going to be here. Man. Roberge saved his fast repair. Nathan Biggert saved his. Stryker saved his. Keeley getting a shout out from Brian Rayburn. Robert Church up to 5th here. And a green, white, checkered. Next flag ends the race, whether it be a caution or the checkered flag. Mark Redkin with an opportunity here. Andrew Payne to control the restart. They just have to get through that first lap. Duke it out on the white flag lap. That's what I say. Duke it out on the white flag lap. Do not do too much too soon. Set yourself up for 3 wide and turn 1 if you have to. But do not do too much too soon. That's going to make this race end the super speedway issue. Hopefully we see that work. Balsamo in 11th, coming off pit road. So is John Hammond. Just trying to have an extra spot here. More points means more opportunities. Twelve cars on the lead lap. Brad Dove gets 1 lap back here. So he'll finish in 13th, 1 lap down. Cam Dario out of this one, which is a shame because he had such a great race line going on there. Lights will be off of the pace car. 76 will be the outside of the 93 here. And if I'm Andrew Payne, you know he's going to be a little nervous being that number 1 car. Does not mean he's not going to be able to have an opportunity to shake up some things here. Holy cow. All righty, race fans. Go do it again. John Hammond coming around, driving the modified version of the Levi Garrett Chevy Camaro. Balsamo, a little better looking. Holy cow. One attempt at a green-white checkered here, folks. Mark Retkin with an opportunity. Grijalva going to have to push here. Joe Nelson in that Chevy. Robert Church in a Chevy. Joe Nelson with some nose damage there. I don't know how well he's going to be able to hold on to that back bumper of the 76. Mark Retkin, very, 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 very clean. Has been up front, been riding all race long. And you'd like to see him win. Andrew Payne with 9 wins on the season for the Xfinity Series. It's time for somebody else. Chances here for Andrew Payne to get a win. Give himself some extra comfortability going through the playoffs here. Restart zone. Green flag. Yeah, Nelson was not on the back bumper of the 76 there. 99. I mean, Grijalva behind the 93. There's the 88. Big shot for the 76. Andrew Payne might be a sitting duck here as the race leader. They need the white flag. Mark Retkin on the outside. Driver off the racetrack back there. Striker there in the second lane with the 76. Drops down with the 88. Nathan Bigger to the outside. Strickland, Retkin. Can they make it? White flag waves for the final lap here as Mark Retkin leads. 0-1 to Nathan Bigger to the outside. Grijalva shoving. Oh, Andrew Payne goes around. So does Roberts. Mark Retkin, the race to the finish line. Nathan Biggert on the high side. Grijalva there as well. Nathan Biggert trying to hold on. Mark Retkin trying to clear. Striker might be able to make the pass here. Mark Retkin with a run of speed. Striker, Retkin. He's going to win it. Grijalva wrecks somebody. Holy cow. Church finishes third. Mark Retkin saves the car again. Now he's going to be able to do a burnout, hopefully. But Mark Retkin wins this one. Holy cow. I talked about Andrew Payne being a sitting duck on the restart there. There's a possibility he and Grijalva could have ran away with this one, or at least on the inside for a little bit on that first lap. Holy cow. Mark Retkin gets his win here. Jefferson City, Missouri native. Very proud of him. Been up front all race long. And a chance for him to celebrate. Congratulations to the 76 here. Wow. Mark Retkin punching his ticket to the next round of the playoffs. And he's going to be able to celebrate. He's going to be happy here. What a race. What a finish. And I thought Striker might have been able to make the pass out of 4. Wasn't able to do it. Nathan Biggert finishes in second. Grijalva, Robert Church finishes in third. Here's a look at your race results here. Who are the drivers up on your screen? Mark Retkin, Nathan Biggert, Robert Church, your top 3. Grijalva finishes in 4th, Striker in 5th. Rayburn, Dusuna, Nelson, Roberts, Andrew Payne. All of those drivers try to make it around earlier as Retkin celebrates here. It's on the old scenic cam for everybody. Actually, it won't. Crazy. a scenic cam for this? I don't know. Who knows? Man, Balsamo, Hammond, Dove, Dario, Malcolm, Magner, Mark Redkin getting a punch to the next round. Holy cow, it was insane. I do want to go back and take a look at it here. Hold on. Actually, I want to go back to the restart. Apologies, folks. Here's how Mark Redkin won this race. On the outside, we're going to just kind of breeze forward here. 93 gets a good run. Little far chase. 76 just commits to the outside. 5's on the inside. Stryker says, you know what? I'm going to go with the 76 here. And he does. And this is a smart move by both of these drivers. Bump for the 99. 93. I kind of wanted to see what happened to. So these two drop down. It's good bump there. Good bump there. And then right there, the 01 to the outside. I needed to see what happened to Andrew Payne. He's right here. A good race line here. Oh, Robert's trying to get to him. They get kicked around. So Robert gets to the back of Andrew Payne. 88, good run. 99 to the back bumper. Watch this run from the 88. It's right to the back quarter panel. Big shove here. Mark Redkin on the inside. Look at that separation from the 99 and the 01. And all of a sudden, here goes Grijalva. Grijalva finds the line, has a run here. Church to the outside. Says, I'm going. And then the 99 drops all the way to the bottom. Passes below the yellow line. That's not, that doesn't, try to advance your position with your tires below the yellow line. That's not good. But hey, I mean, if his tires would have stayed, he'd have kept it. But Redkin killing it out there. What a great run. It was a great drive. Great job. And we'll talk to the man. Mark Redkin gets his win here, punches his way into the next round of the playoffs. Talladega, you ran up front all race long. And I thought there for a moment somebody was going to take it away from you, because, you hate to see somebody who's just been sitting in back all race long come up and take a win from you. But today was about holding your line and not only leading a bunch of laps, but having patience. And boy, did you have some there.
How about that? Man, what a race. I loved it from the green. From the moment we took off, I knew I had a good car. And thankfully we made it happen.
And tell me about this this race line that I mean, you tried to stay in the second lane for the most part, and then only when you had to drop down, that's when you did drop down.
Right. I know on these big tracks, if you keep momentum on that in the middle lane and you kind of squeeze that lower lane and you side draft, and it takes the lower lane, believe me, staying in line, So if you have confidence in that they're going to stay where they're at, you can take that middle line anywhere you want it. And even if you're on the outside, if you're in the middle line, you take that side draft, you can take it straight to the front. And yeah, it sucks for the guy behind you because you have to make a choice, either dip low or stay in the middle. And yeah, I worked it all race long, middle to low, but mainly middle. Yes, sir.
The race line dictates the pace dictates the race line. That's kind of how we saw. How about 60 laps green? Man,
amazing, right? I know, not the biggest field, but we'll take it. Yeah, that's so awesome. We had green flag stops. A lot of guys, a lot of good racing. In and out, all 3 wide, everywhere. Yeah, great racing.
It was insane to watch. Now you've got comfort. You're going to the next round. You've guaranteed your spot. So I think only 2 drivers right now pretty much have it locked in. It's you Andrew Payne. I know Stryker's close when it comes to points here, but you have opportunity. You have an opportunity here to kind of step into that next momentum and gain momentum and move forward. I mean, there's going to be drivers here that are going to be tough to beat, but what do you do over the next couple of races to ensure that you can continue to move forward?
Practice your what do you say? Your skill. Yeah, you just try your best. I go out and practice a lot, and yeah, I knew a win. I had to have a win. I had to have a win today. I knew I was there. I'm just on the cusp of being outside. I knew I had a win, put me in the spot. But yeah, get out and practice. Got some good tracks coming up, and hopefully can finish up front.
Yeah, Iowa and Nashville coming up. That's going to be there's going to be a ton of fun. There's going to be fun tracks. But Mark, today was the race. It was one of the races that I did. I thought on the back straightaway that Nathan and Grijalva had that outside line running, but there was a lot of separation. Hats off to Stryker for sticking with you there. And that was insane. But congratulations, race win here. Give your shout outs, my man.
Always you for the broadcast, Signature Sports, Chop Shop Racing, everybody that shows up here on Saturdays. I know we don't get a big crowd, but everybody, we appreciate you all. Thank you to Michael Strickland, just like you said, man. He stuck in there with me in second there and pushed me out in front of everyone. And yeah, got a W, dude.
Big race, big win. Mark, much love, man. Congratulations. Is this your first in the series?
I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. That's it. Mark Redkin, he's going to be your race winner today. Let's talk to Nathan Biggert here, who at one point was going, no, because I thought he was wrecked out, but I was wrong. And, man, what a race, man. You had an up and down day, but it looked like you had fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely an up and down race. Definitely got lucky when one of them cautions came out, so I didn't have to go lap down when I lost that draft. But, yeah, I had a blast. What a fun race.
Now tell me about this. If Grijalva was right there on your back bumper a little bit more, I mean, he pushed you out too far, I think, on the back straightaway. You guys had a great line. I thought, you know what, this outside line's gonna win the race here, and there's a lot of momentum lost whenever there was that much separation. And P2, nothing wrong with P2, but a chance for a race win. What did you need? Did you need just a little bit more commitment to be able to make that line work?
Yeah, I think. Well, what hurt us too is me and Grijalva, we weren't. He was helping me just to help himself, but we were both, we were out there for ourselves, and it was going to be hard to beat Mark with Stryker was committed to helping him. So it was just, we knew what we were up against, and we were just trying to get the best finish for ourselves, basically. And honestly, yeah, I did better than I thought. To be able to even come up and get alongside of him was impressive for me. I'm happy with that. And P2 was definitely more than I thought I was going to get at certain points during this race.
Well, it's going to be a great opportunity for you because you, of course, it went alphabetically up until this point, but now you have the chance to pad those points for the Best of the Rest championship. You're not making the playoffs, but you are definitely putting some distance between you and other drivers for that second championship they call it here for the Best of the Rest. What do you have to think about going forward when it comes to that championship and how you got to knock those drivers? You got to keep those drivers back there.
Yeah, it's something I'm looking forward to competing with them guys. I enjoy racing here with the Chop Shop crew every week. And yeah, just gonna try to do what I can to keep up and get that, because it's just fun. It gives us something to race for and compete with each other, and it's just awesome. I really appreciate the crew for doing that, and allowing us, even though we didn't make the playoffs, to just have a good time and battle it out with each other.
And still have something to race for. That's what I mean. I know that there's when people run officials, they're like, when they get wrecked, they're like, I quit. I'm gonna go on to my next race, that kind of thing. This is a way for a league to be able to keep people interested and keep the drivers interested. I think that's the biggest thing. You hate to see end of the season fall off, and that that happens with every league. It happens in every series. Xfinity series are more prone to it because it's a tough race car. You watch these cars. It's hard to find a way to completely tighten the car up to be able to run a super speedway without it feeling free. And we watched a lot of that happen today. But Nathan, congratulations, man. That was a good end. It was a great finish. Only that, it was great to see everybody kind of rocking and rolling there, just trying to figure out where they needed to be. And it's a super speedway. It's Talladega.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said it before the race, it was our one good chance to beat Andrew, and we all got it done. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I said it earlier. I said, he's got 9 wins. We need somebody else to win.
That's right.
But I said the same thing about Nathan yesterday too. I said, Nathan Alula super fast, 6 wins in the Cup Series, and I was like, somebody else can win today. It's okay. You know what I mean? And,
yeah.
And that's okay. And I told Nathan, I was like, it's okay to have an off day.
That's right.
And still lead. So that's, which is awesome. Nathan, congratulations. Give your shout outs, my man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Jason, for doing the broadcast, Signature Esports, all the fans out there watching. Really appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed the race, man. I had a blast. I know everyone in here had a great time, and got to thank the Chop Shop crew, John, Stryker, and just a shout out to my mom. Thank you.
Love to see it. 19 comes home P2 and did a killer job out there. What a great race it was. Let's talk to, last but not least, top 3. You were 2 laps down at one point. Robert Church comes home in 3rd today. Tell me about it, man.
I don't know. I think we're 50, 60 laps in, and I was still 2 laps down. I'm like, well, there at the beginning, I just planned to hang out and just kind of baby it in the back. Well, I got too far out and lost the draft, and that didn't help any.
Oh man, what'd you think when you got back on the lead lap?
When I got back on the lead lap, I was like, all right, we got maybe a chance here. It's Talladega. But there was a crash or something that I got involved in, and it blew me up. Lucky I still had my fast repair, and then I was like, it's game on from here.
You might as well. And which is good. I know that they don't put fast repairs in the season, but I think super speedways are deserving of a fast repair, at least one. And that is only because anything can happen. Anything, a fluke can happen. Somebody can disappear in front of you, and to make it fair for the drivers, especially drivers out there competing for points and championship points and trying to get themselves into that next round. I know that you are a part of the Best of the Rest Championship. And this, of course, is going to give you a P3 finish. So you and Nathan are going to have some good points there. What does it take to kind of have that patience all race long? You had 60 green flag laps and then 4 cautions all stacked up in that next 25 laps. What does it take to have that kind of patience to be able to get yourself back on the lead lap and keep yourself focused looking forward?
It's Talladega. It's Talladega. Anything can happen. So I just stuck with it, and, we got up that way.
Well, Robert, it was great to see you get out there and whenever I saw the low pass from Grijalva going down and he got into Stryker, I saw you cross the start finish line, and I was like, I think he got third.
I had a run there. Like I was telling Mark, I think if we had one more lap, I would have battled with him, but had a run right there at the end. I was going to go with Nate there at the top, but Stryker wanted me to go help him and with Mark, which is not a problem. Mark's deserving of that.
Well, it definitely looked like it was a ton of fun. Congratulations on a P3 finish here. This is what taking the line and committing to a line, and that's pretty much what you had to do. Coming out of 4, you had to commit to that line because there was so much going on below you. If you were any further down, I think you're involved in that stuff too.
Oh yeah, I seen the replay there that of Andrew getting taken out or spun out, and I barely missed that one. It looked like
Yeah, I think Roberts was just pushing hard. That's what he was doing. He was like, let's go. We go.
It was a good race overall. I mean, they're in the back watching those guys. It's 3-4 deep. It was pretty cool.
It looked like it was fun from my point of view, and at points I was like, it's too early, and then at other points I was like, well, I think they're just trying to set it up, and got to make
crazy good race.
It was a ton of fun. Robert, congratulations, P3 finish. I get to talk to you up here and enjoy your company. Congratulations again. Give your shout outs, my man.
Hey, thanks, Jason. Just shout out to you guys and Signature Esports for the broadcast. Chop Shop and Stryker and John and the rest of the drivers. Then thanks to my wife and my kids and everybody for letting me do this.
Love to see it. See, that's the important family. They allow us to do this.
Can't do it without the family.
That's right. Robert, congratulations, man. Look forward to seeing you guys this next week.
Hey, thanks, Jason. Good seeing you.
You too. Robert Church finishes third. What a race, folks. That was a good end. It had me upset. It had me feel all my good feelings, my good emotions, the bad emotions. I did want to see Andrew Payne and Chris Roberts go places. I'm just saying, because Andrew and super speedways, to see him, as much as I wanted to see that. I kind of wanted to see that strategy work out. If they could have ran this whole thing green, Andrew Payne wins this race. One pit stop would have been good. Roberts, one of the best pushers out there, just got a little underneath Andrew Payne there, lifted up to the nose of the car, and it was unfortunate. Grajava with the pass below the yellow. It was insane to see as well. What a good little ditty here. That was fun to watch, and fun to see. A lot of fundamentals out of this racetrack that were challenged today. I've never seen closer, other than NASCAR. I have never seen closer 3-wide racing on a simulator. Those guys were close. The eNASCAR service even doesn't run as tight. They do run tight, but today was some tire racing 3-wide. We saw some 4-wide racing. We saw envelopes and we saw buttons being pushed and folks just trying to try things that were different. Man, made for a great green white checkered. Congratulations to Mark and getting a win here in the Xfinity Series. A chance for him now to move forward, and he is only the 5th different driver to win in the series, I believe. Let me look at I want to look at this again. Only the 5th different driver across the season to get a win in the series. Andrew Payne with 9 wins, Stryker with 3 wins, Cam has 2 wins, Matt Magner has 1 win, and now Mark Retkin with a win. That is huge, and he has secured his way into the next round. Oh man. Next week, Talladega for the Cup Series, Iowa for the Xfinity Series. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Folks, thank you so much for being out there. Be good, be safe, be kind to one another, because if not, you're not my friend. Just saying. Thank you to VIP Tire and Service Track Racer. Thank you to all the race controllers out there. Thank you to all the folks out there having a ton of fun. Thank you to Admin Boxx as well. Dark Horizon Fishing, of course, my caution sponsor. You saw that logo. I forgot to talk about him earlier just because there's so much going on Super Speedway. But at the same time, I neglected that, but make sure you go check him out on Facebook. He's an amazing guy. And this was a great race, folks. Thank you for all the chats out there. Thank you to all the folks doing what you do best. That was a great race. Super Speedway Racing had a run. I'm sure he probably, yeah, I got you. Yeah, I agree. Man. What a race. Thank you, folks. Be good. We'll see you in the next one.